Alright everybody, well, welcome back, and I'm going to tell you today how to get your way around a piano. Now, if you're in the jazz band with me, that means that you are receiving piano stuff in basically two forms. You have something on a piece of paper that has chords, and then it'll tell you the name of each chord and specifically what notes to hit. For example, if we have the G chord here, it's telling you to look for the three black notes. Find the three black notes. Look for this one. That's G. Look at those three black notes again. The one on the white note on the end. That's B. And then look for the two black notes and the one in the middle. You play them both. Play them all at the same time. And that's your G chord. Now you may play that in any octave you wish. It's always the same combinations. You can find a G by looking for the three, and it goes 1, 2, 3, and you go the first white in. You find the B by looking at the 3 and the white note on the end. You find the D by looking at the two black notes and the one in the middle. And you play them all at the same time. Now, that's one way that I'm deciding to teach the piano, because we've got to go with the speed. I want you to be able to see exactly what you're looking at and just find it and play it. All right, there it is. So I'm going to go through that first. So our first chord, first set of chords here, we're going to just do the first sequence, which is 1, 5, 6, 4. These are chords, and if G is our one chord, then that means, those of you that count, G is 1, A, B, C, D. Our D chord is 5. So we find D, F sharp, F sharp. You find where F is, which would normally be here. You go up to the sharp, and then you find A, which is those three black notes, and it's the second white one in. Play that. Now we do the same thing for E minor. E minor, we find E, regular old G. If it were E major, it would be G sharp, a regular old G. And then we find that B again. And if you're not sure what letters I'm talking about, you can actually see on the page what keys you're supposed to press. And that's what that page is for. It's meant to show you, even if you're not sure what notes exactly you're hitting, at least for now, you know, G chord, those ones, I need to hit those. D chord, I need to hit these. E minor, I have to E, M, whatever that means, I need to hit these. And then C, I have to hit these. Now what you can do when you make this progression, this is called a chord progression because it's a sequence of chords. You do one, and then you play the other, and then you play the other, and then you play the other. We can do this in certain patterns. They don't just have to be we could change up the rhythms a little bit. We could go, for example, we could even add our other hand to add some depth to the sound. So if I've got my right hand up here in the treble range, I could take exactly the same keys and we'll just put them a little further down the piano. I'll find my G, my B, and my D. And I'll play the same thing up here, but we'll do it together. We'll go. Oop. Now that can sound pretty heavy though. So what if I do one other thing? I go one step beyond here. Instead of doing a full chord in my left and a full chord in my right, remember I'm hitting the same keys as before, I'm going to only play the first note that I see, the first one, in the left hand. So for you chord people out there, I'm only going to play G in my left hand. I'll play it nice and low, like down here. Ooh, that's nice, I like it down there. We'll do it down there. And I'm going to play the whole chord up here in the right hand. So it's going to sound like this. If I go G, and then D, ooh, very nice, E minor, and then C. Now you might be noticing that I'm not jumping my hand around to just play one note at a time with my finger like this. No. I've got all these fingers to work with, so I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I can just play like G. I could play G with my thumb. I could play D with my ring finger. I could use my middle finger to play E. And I could use my pinky to play C. And that way, my left hand doesn't have to move everywhere. It can just stay right here. Get the idea, okay? So these hands can work together. You can put the whole chord in one and have one note up here, or put the whole chord in this one and have one note down here. It's how you want to play it, really. So let's look at this one more time so you can hear it. We're going to go G, D, E minor, C. I'm going to change a little bit more on what I play or how I play the bass, which is my left hand. So if we go, now I'm hitting it down there. We instead, all right. And then we finish. It's all very nice. Now if we look at the 1, 2, 6, 4, we're looking at G major. But if G is 1, then that means A is 2, and it's A minor. We go back to 6, as just like before, E minor. And then same thing, that 4 chord, C. C major. Now, we only really changed one chord. G, G, D, instead of D it's A minor, that's the only big change. E minor, great. C major, great. So we just have that new chord to worry about. So if I put it in my bass, now I'm going. Not bad, okay, let's see what happens. Fun with that. So you might be noticing that I'm moving, especially my right hand, the chord hand, all over the place. I have to go in order to hit everything. I have to like pick up my hand, my whole hand, and move it. For now, if you're just starting out, that's okay. But if that's easy now, here's your challenge. This is going out to you, kiddo. I know, you know who you are. Ye who says, I'm bored, I get this, I know what to do, no problem. What I want you to try to do is take the notes that are inside G major. It's G, B, and D. Okay, now that's fine, you can start there. But then, the notes that are inside D major are D, F sharp, and A. Now look at where your fingers are. My fingers are on G, B, and D. Now I know that already my pinky shares a note with the next chord, so I'm going to leave it there. Now my middle finger can just move down to A, and my thumb hits the F sharp. So instead of moving my whole hand to somewhere else, I can just move these two fingers and still play all the notes in a D chord. So it looks like this. No problem, right? Still the same notes. It it is still the same chord. Just inverted a little bit, and that's okay. And from here, I can make some very small movements and still hit all my stuff for E minor. There's E minor. Now what do I do for C? I change one note. And now my hand doesn't have to jump around so far. So we're going to do those nice and slow. And I wonder if I can show you a little better so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Here we go. So here's the G. Great. Now we do D. Now we do E minor. Now we do C. We do it a little bit more. Practice. I'll do it down here instead. Pachelbel, hello. How are you, Pachelbel? And there you go. Happy practicing. Good job.